All right, thanks for being here, man. You're our first podcast or interview guest.
Thanks for having me out, dude.
Yeah,
I've never been on the other side of it.
I know, right?
I'm very excited, yeah.
So, like ever?
Well, I've done like written and audio interviews, but I've never done like videos. My first video.
Mm-hmm. So, what? I guess for our viewers, you want to explain what you do with Lab 212 and the podcast?
Yeah, we just we make some content on the internet. We started out doing a podcast, doing a weekly show, having on amazing artists like yourself. We've had you on 2 times now, and talking about art and music and all kinds of different things like that. And then we've also been doing work for commercial projects for different businesses and artists and everything like that. So.
And you were recently working with Daniel Roebuck, right?
Yes, yeah.
Who just did a voice in Fallen Order.
He did.
Just fucking dope.
Very exciting. Yeah, it's been awesome. I've been playing through the game, and it's just been, this is the closest I've ever been to Star Wars, and I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, so this has been an amazing thing to be able to do. Yeah, it's awesome.
Funny. I've told you this, but I have a very niche connection to Daniel Roebuck. Yeah. My family's favorite show is The King of Queens, and he was in one episode in season 1. And my dad recognized him. I was like, really? Yeah, because everyone knows him from Matlock, right?
Yes.
But I would like to meet him and tell him I loved his work on the one episode of King of Queens.
You know, he also
appreciate that.
He's been in so many random things. Like if you played like the 6 Degrees or 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, but you played it with Daniel Roebuck, you'd win pretty easily all the time. Yeah, because he's been in like everything you can imagine. Yeah. But I also recently found out he was in the Grumpy Cat movie. And he was like the villain in the Grumpy Cat movie. Grumpy Cat movie? There was a Grumpy Cat Christmas movie. It wasn't just a Grumpy Cat movie. It was in theaters? I don't know. Maybe for a limited release. I'm not sure. But I never saw it.
Grumpy Cat, God rest her soul. I think it was a girl.
Tartar.
Who did this guy
That's going to be it for tonight, I think.
It was Greased Dritus, the ship captain. Huh. The little four-armed alien.
Gotcha. So when I played that, I'll have to look out for that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Apparently he's in there a lot, right?
He's in it a lot. Yeah, he's in the whole game. Yeah, and the game's awesome, by the way. Like, I'm not even just saying that because of the, whatever. But no, the game's really fun. It's like Dark Souls, Star Wars.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, I want to play it. I love Dark Souls.
You know what? I'm gonna try to move the table over towards Adam's.
Give me some more table.
Adam's lounging.
Oh yeah,
I'm
actually very.
Chris is like
in frame.
He's like,
okay,
awesome.
So, yeah, you guys just streamed Fallen Order for a day and a half, right? Is that fair?
It was 16 hours straight, over 16 hours straight. Yeah, it was crazy. On the day of release, and we got pretty far, I think. I don't know, I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know how far we are. I think I'm almost done it.
I heard it's not super long, so like you're probably pretty close.
I hope so. No, I don't hope so. I have to do another playthrough on like the hardest difficulty.
Jedi Master.
No, it's Grandmaster. Which I don't know what that is. I don't know what a Jedi Grandmaster is, but no, it's pretty challenging. So it's been a really fun. A lot of fan service in it too.
That's so cool.
Yeah, pretty rad. Greasy money. Skip middle school to be here. I did. I'm 15.
Yeah. Our first guest and also our youngest guest.
Also the youngest.
Shambles Divad.
I think he's memeing on Chandler's name.
Yeah.
Oh.
But got me.
So, I have some questions.
Got me pretty good.
So, let's see. So, what would you say? So, Lab 212 covers a lot of media.
Yeah.
I would say. You guys work with a lot of. You guys have worked with a magician. You work with bands. You work.
Yeah, it's a really weird variety of things, actually.
Magician number 1.
Magician.
That's why I listed that first. Yeah.
Who was the magician?
His name is Ari Felber. He's a really nice guy. This adjusts. I just found out. I'm sorry.
How's your lumbar?
It's great, dude. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. We just filmed a gig for him out in Washington D.C. In this beautiful venue, and he's funny. Like a comedic kind of one of those magicians, not a musician. Yeah. It's interesting to film a magician because the whole sleight of hand thing, you can't really film them from a certain way or else it kind of ruins the trick, so you have to figure out.
Everything is very premeditated.
A little movie magic involved.
A little bit.
A little bit of the levitation,
some Chris Angel.
Yes. If he could do some Chris Angel tricks and work that into the show, that'd be amazing. Like, where Chris Angel would just go into buildings and then they just explode? Like, what is that? How is that a trick?
What?
That's just like that's a thing he did.
Turns the camera on and he's the cameraman.
Yeah, it's like what? This is magic.
I remember the time he levitated between 2 buildings.
I remember that too.
I was in like middle school. I was like, how? Like I couldn't put it together that I could just make it.
Do you want me to tell you?
Exactly. Do you think Chris Angel dresses any different now?
No. I don't think he does. I saw him kind of recently, and he's just like a little more modern, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Or a little less modern, because it was like he dressed very like 2007-y, but like cranked to 11, right? He had like the fucking
emo. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Like 3 chains on.
Yeah.
So you worked with magicians, musicians, actors. But what would you say is your favorite part of production or entertainment in general? Or just doing what you do, or just from a fan standpoint or viewer standpoint? What would you say
well, like part? What we got to, like just recently, like what we got to do with Roebuck, where it's something that I'm interested in Star Wars and video games, and just getting to talk to people about the things they love and the things they're involved with, and like making the show, making videos. It's been really fun to make new content than what we've been doing recently surrounding like this release and everything. And we're coming out with some different kinds of videos, and I've always liked creating things the most, so yeah. I feel that's a good segue.
I was going to ask you, who are some of your, like, I know the usual question is like, who's some of your inspirations, but when you were younger, what was the first time you remember thinking that creativity is a thing and something is almost like a skill, or just when did you realize you were passionate about being creative, I guess?
That's it. Yeah.
Very in the rawest sense.
Yeah.
What was the first time?
I was I was really young when I knew I wanted to do like video stuff. The first thing I can remember for sure is like I would watch all of the like behind the scenes and like special features and documentaries for like movies I had.
I would too.
Especially Star Wars. Namely Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. I know like whatever you want to say about the prequels, but I was a kid, so it was very cool to me.
Well, I think the Phantom Menace making of, dude.
Yeah, it's all it's
I watch that like 3 times in a month.
It's crazy. Like even whatever you think of the movies aside, like what it is like to make a movie like that is just an amazing. Like I remember watching that as a kid and just being like, "What is how does this all work?"
That's how I was like 2 months ago. Just having all of that to, and I know it was a little unbalanced with how much say George Lucas did have. I know that's like a weird thing to say, but people were a little afraid to challenge anything that he like put out, obviously, but yeah, just all those moving parts, all the stuff he has to do in a single day, and he has to go through the actors, he has to go through the editing, the music,
and he was like a pioneer for he was amazing for what he did for filmmaking in general, and he has his kind of tendrils in a lot of different sectors of filmmaking that most people don't even realize, like THX and Skywalker Sound and everything he did for revolutionizing, it's crazy.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that I go back and watch and realize it has his name attached to it.
I like this question.
Chandler, what do you think made the prequels better than the original trilogy? Yeah, that's a thing you just said.
I never said that. Never said that.
I'd say the memes, prequel memes.
The memes are pretty top tier.
Hello there.
Yeah.
General Kenobi.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the memes are top.
It's the same scene, actually.
It's actually
just in that one scene. There's so many memes.
2 memes in one scene. Actually, every line.
Almost. Unintentionally.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? I think that's a big one.
Yeah.
They'll blur out.
Shout out to Kiadi Mundi.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, dude.
That one, when those blew up, I was all over Reddit just scrolling for hours.
Well, that's still almost like a religious subreddit. Like it's crazy how there's just this weird element that I don't even understand to that. So.
I was just gonna say either get it or you don't.
Yeah,
but it got me.
Star Wars?
Like the prequel.
No, prequel.
Oh, the prequel memes.
There's like a whole subreddit.
It's really niche stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but
really
it got me. I like this.
I love those ones where they take the subtitle and just like butcher the shit out of it
on purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah, you see it. It's just it gets me every time.
That's what I was saying with the droid attack and the Wookiees thing. They just like blur it out and make it. So
what about anything else? It's just like scribbled.
Yeah. So would you say that watching those videos and stuff like that got you? That was the catalyst.
Yeah, definitely. Because I didn't know, when you're a kid and you like watch movies and stuff, you're like, you don't have like the separation of reality versus whatever it is. So seeing that and like understanding how all that was made, I don't know what it was about it specifically, but just seeing that process, I was like, I just want to do that. And so then I got like a really terrible camera. Like a video now camera, and like I would make videos and stop motion stuff, and for when I was young.
Yeah, I kind of dip my toes in that too, because I remember I have a personal YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all can find it, good luck. It doesn't have my name attached. I mean, it might.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I've seen it. Yeah.
I know what it is too, actually.
Yeah,
I remember.
But we used to make... when I saw Dude Perfect's first couple videos, my mind was fucking blown.
Really?
I mean, back then it was insane.
That's true.
Before...
And you don't think that they had to try that 1,000 times until they got it right.
But even if you did,
it's
still crazy that they have it on film, Yeah. And so we tried our hand at that, and my friends and I made, I think, 2 or 3 videos. We called our clan World Champion.
Nice.
And so we have 2 videos of us doing shots like that. And I didn't want to destroy my shoulder, so we used a volleyball instead of a basketball.
Because
basketballs are heavy. They are, man.
Yeah.
If you throw it wrong, your shoulder's coming out.
That's true.
It hurts like a son.
Did you try to do like the throw behind your head? And
stuff? Oh yeah, we did anything we could think of.
No look one arm, just
that was
across the arms.
Child's play. That was like there's in the first video there are like 10 shots of me wearing the same outfit because I just banged out like 10 shots. So
it's just like now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I haven't changed since the first episode of it.
World champions.
Yeah. But we tried that and it was cool. I mean, it was fun. It was.
Oh, man. You know what? So the first stuff I saw on YouTube that made me want to like go out and do stuff, my neighbor showed me people making like it's like work. You know what works? Like it's like a dishwasher or like something. I forget what it is. It's like it's soap or something like that. You can literally make a bomb out of it, like a small like pressurized bomb. And we were like, "Yo, what if we just make bombs?" So we were like,
"Dude, we got
it's TOS."
They were like, it was just like explode.
It was like the Mentos and soda.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like a freaking like it's gonna blow up a house. Yeah, it was just like a small like explosion. Like, dude, what like.
And you know what? That Mentos and Coke thing, and maybe, do you remember that first video of the guys in the lab coats? I think it was on like E-Bombs World.
I do.
Right?
Yeah.
I think.
Is that? No.
What?
I was gonna. No, it's not. Never mind. It is.
You guys, it's Weezer.
Yeah, no, because it isn't, because they parodied all of that.
Yeah,
but I can't picture it without that.
I think they got the guys from the video to be in the Pork and Beans video.
That music video is so top tier.
It is.
Like, let's just be honest. Like,
that should be in the Smithsonian.
It really should.
As far as
because that's all we have
record.
of YouTube now.
Yeah.
Like, that's our only record of when YouTube was good is that Pork and Beans Weezer
video.
Because a lot of them are taken down now too.
Are they really?
A lot of those old videos for like copyright and stuff. Like,
because even seeing the weirdest thing that like sparks a part of my brain that I hadn't used in a long time is seeing the interface of old YouTube.
Yeah,
you know that's. What I mean? I haven't seen what YouTube used to look like in so long. Whenever I do, I'm just like,
it's really.
You have like the big fat ring as the time with the silk and the black in the middle, and it used to be the 5-star rating, obviously.
Just none of it
was. About that.
Yeah, and I remember when I was young, when I first started YouTube, if a video had 3 stars or less, I'm not watching it.
I hate that.
You can fuck up with that nonsense.
Damn, I hate you.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
But you know what? I was right most of the time. If it had 3 stars, and I'm like, okay, the title's really cool.
That's like the least hipster thing to do.
You know exactly. Yeah. I didn't have time. I was 12 and had shit to do. So it was 2007.
Yeah, you just
times are changing.
But you gotta go, dude. Just watch these videos.
So actually, you know what? I always like to talk to people about this. What would you say? And chat can join in on this too. What would you say?
Why if we had to pick chat like this? Every time I look over,
Chandler.
Why?
Harlem Shake. I forgot about that.
Oh man, yeah. The Harlem Shake was started by Filthy Frank. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Who's Joji now? If you will listen to that music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not my
same person somehow.
But it gives me hope because I always worried that like if I'm in a band that isn't totally silly, I'm worried that I can't make videos that are silly and like skits that are funny.
Yeah, the fact that he pulled that off.
Yeah, now I can realize
I'm fine.
Him and Tyler the Creator.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to be able to take their brand and like shift the tone. Yeah, exactly. So I agree. Yeah, that versatility.
That's very helpful.
I'm sorry, I distracted you. You're gonna ask something.
That's okay. I want to ask you guys if you had to pick like 5 or 10 videos to be in like the YouTube Hall of Fame.
Dude.
And the chat can join too.
Okay. How to Be Ninja?
Oh, that's
just top. That's a top.
I saw How to Be Gangster first.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Do you remember which one you saw first?
I don't remember.
Because I was like, oh, there's a ninja one, and then
How to Be Ninja. Probably, I think Smosh Pokemon theme song or like Mortal Kombat, like any of those beginning ones.
I think the Pork and Beans.
Pork and Beans, but that's
because you get it is meta, but like you gotta do it encompasses. Oh, dude, I love that song. Like I just love that song as a song. You know what I mean?
It is a good song. Yeah,
and it's in Russian, and I don't know all the words, but
speaking of the songs that I do with YouTube is there are a couple 009 Sound System songs that I fuck with hard. With the Spirit, I think is my favorite one. Yeah, I think it's that one.
Yeah, I cannot You like those songs?
There's one of them that I really like. Yeah, it's called With the Spirit, I think.
I mean, more power to
it's really
if you
the one was like
can you do a cover of this?
Whatever you want when you're high. That song. That's really good.
Yeah.
So what else we got? What is Animation versus Animator?
Cha-Cha.
Also, did Mark leave? Where's Mark? Did Mark leave? Oh, okay. Where'd he go?
Did Brady leave?
No, Brady's back there.
Hey, did you raise your hand for also being Mark? That's misleading.
Ultimate Battle of Ultimate Destiny.
Oh, that is a good one. Holy crap.
I don't know that video.
Do you know that video that Monty Ohm made, which got him scouted for Rooster Teeth, the one where it's Samus Aran versus Master Chief, and they're fighting, and like the destroyed city, and they're fighting like an army of Covenant together. I'm the only one, I guess, but yeah, that's a thing, and I think that's pretty internet.
Yeah,
I think that's netting pretty hard. You know,
it's a webinar.
I'm trying to.
Welcome to our webinar.
This is a webinar.
This is the ultimate
hair cake. Yeah. Oh man. I think there should be a Filthy Frank video. Yeah, in that Hall of Fame. I agree because that's such a unique.
I think
it was such
Evolution
a unique
of
time.
Dance should be there.
Evolution of Dance.
That's the first viral video I ever saw.
Yeah.
I remember that.
He was on like Ellen.
Yeah. He was one of the first people. His name's Judson Lappley. Just a Judson.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a terrible stage name. Gotta fix
Judson
that.
Lappley.
Yeah.
It's a terrible name.
He was like, keep on. It's crying.
Sorry, I just saw someone say Red Hot Chili Peppers should be in the Hall of Fame, and that's just not true.
The Dan California music video?
Red vs. Blue, the first episode of Red vs. Blue. That's a really good. Yeah, it says Chandler Davis. Hey, man. At least people remember my name. That's a real thing. Like, when we all go to events or something, we all introduce ourselves, people will remember my name the most because it's the weirdest one. Pat, Zach, don't remember. They're just like, that guy. Yeah. Or they mix their names up and they call each other the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like when we first met, I feel like I did pretty well with everyone's name.
Do you think?
Yeah, because I'm usually bad with names at first.
Check my notes. This finally comes back to get you.
You called Zach Pat on September 8th.
I did that for a while.
That's such a good one.
Charlie with my fingers.
Oh yeah, that's gotta be. That was like the most viewed video on YouTube.
There's so many that if you keep thinking, like you can go forever because if you keep
that's what I'm
thinking
saying.
about
you gotta cut away all the stuff that like. There are at least 5 or 10 that are like no doubt.
Fred, just all of Fred.
Yeah. CNANers Minecraft Let's Play number 1. It's pretty shocking.
I heard no, I won't get into that because it'll be a weird tangent. Slowbeat. I was gonna say
lot of
the first
restraint.
Let's Player was a guy named Slowbeat.
Yes.
Is that true?
Are you talking
just
about
yes or no? I don't want to go.
Sure.
Okay.
You're right.
Yes. Okay.
It's your show, dude.
You're correct. We'll get into that. Well, that'll be the Patreon conversation. Pay money to hear us talk about slow beef.
Dude, that's something I always wanted to do when I was younger. Was like do Let's Plays on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the few things that and like Smosh. Maybe you want to do like skits, but I never really like did that. But I really wanted to do Let's Plays. But I feel like to like record stuff back then was so much harder. Or maybe I just didn't.
What year was it for you?
I don't know, like early 2010. Like,
yeah, it was
like middle school. Like
right before the boom.
Like right now, the tech is so accessible.
Yeah, it's so easy to get now. I literally went to Best Buy and got a capture.
Yeah, exactly. I was recording all my Let's Plays on a Dazzle capture card, which is terrible.
At least
quality.
you had a capture card. Chugga Conroy started filming his TV.
Yeah.
He has a whole, I think it's a Mega Man game or something. He has a whole playthrough of a game where he's filming his TV.
Oh, I used to do that too before I got a capture card.
But it's Chugga Conroy. He's like the Let's Player of Let's Plays.
Yeah. I used to set a tripod up at my TV, and then it was cringe. Yeah, it was pretty cringe.
Like the frame isn't the same as your screen, so you just
like tilt shifted.
By accident. That's what it's called. I've been trying to remember.
It's so rated. Manic Missive Manifold.
Manic, what up, buddy? Thank you for the raid with 10 people. Thank you so much.
For the raid.
Welcome everyone.
Hey, Weenie Hut.
Weenie
Hut Generals? Is that like a reference?
Super Weenie Hut Generals.
Brandon Raid. Shout out to Brandon.
Hi,
Classic
everyone.
Brandon, what up?
Man, what up, everybody? Man, thank you so much for the raid, man. It's good to see you.
That's a top tier raid.
Everyone here, we were just talking about, I guess it'll be good to have everyone join in. We were just talking about what you would consider Hall of Fame YouTube videos.
We had a few good ones. Charlie Bit My Finger.
Yeah, Charlie Bit My Finger, Numa.
Numa, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Numa. You said the Smosh Pokemon theme.
Smosh Pokemon theme. That's like
Red vs. Blue episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think the Bed Intruder song?
That's up there. That was pretty big, dude. That was on like you could buy the ringtone on the iTunes.
Yeah.
Should we put an apology video in there from some YouTuber that messed up?
I feel like the most famous one is Logan Paul's at this point.
No, it's no. Oh, that's
also,
yeah, that was what I was just gonna say.
But that's so weird.
That's like the first apology video, even though it's apologizing for someone they don't know.
I was just gonna say it's funny how that's not really an apology video. Yeah. But we all thought about it.
Yeah,
that's weird. So
she's like apologizing.
What was his name?
For
Chris
society.
You bouncing
or he?
All right, see you, buddy. Stinky Raid.
People are departing. These guys are great, everyone. They got a whole live band every now and then.
Yeah, thank you, man. We actually just finished up our live set. We played about a 45-minute set with originals and one cover.
So, hey, thanks for following.
Thanks for the follow. So, thank you so much. We're just about at our followers. Look at that.
You guys are all so nice.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Brady, can you leave one of the boxes? Okay, thanks.
You're just taking all the donuts. Oh, did you? Yeah. I figured you did.
And reach the follower goal. Yes, thank you.
Please. Yeah. We're so close.
See you, buddy. Bye, Brady.
God. Anthony, see you later, buddy. Julie, see you later, buddy. Thanks so much for driving Brady here.
See you guys.
And Mark?
Yeah, I'm heading out.
Great seeing you, buddy. I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, Carrot, I have not seen animation versus animated.
I've never seen that either somehow.
When did that...
See you, buddy.
Has PewDiePie been mentioned yet? Yeah, I said, someone said PewDiePie in the chat. I think Carrot did. I just don't know what... Oh, his Amnesia Let's Play, episode 1, I guess. Whatever the funniest... Mm-hmm. Maybe the one where he met he started the barrel joke, or I forget what he used to call the trophy thing he carried around.
See,
I never watched PewDiePie.
Dude, I watched a lot of gaming stuff. I wasn't as much into the
PewDiePie's first vid.
Real life stuff as much. I don't know. PewDiePie's first vid is a Black Ops 1 commentary, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah,
I think so. That's what I would have expected.
Was there a face cam?
That's what he did at first. No, there wasn't face cam.
So that's how Dr. Disrespect started, right? It was just the voice. And then he did the whole get up.
That was how most people started at that point. A lot of those COD commentators who are now...
Mark, what are you looking for? Sorry, one second. What are you looking for, Mark?
Oh,
he's looking for donuts.
I think they're right here. Right on the floor.
He's taking the entire drum set. I watched his Amnesia so long ago. Yeah, it's crazy. Stefano was the trophy. Thank you. That is true. I think 2018 YouTube Rewind should be infamous. It is pretty infamous.
Yeah, if you had a bad one.
Yeah. It's really cringe. Beyond cringe.
And guys, 2019's coming up.
Oh, you're right. No, wait, didn't they already do the Rewind for 2019?
I thought they do it the last week in December.
Do they?
I have no clue.
That's when the last one came out, I think.
Has it been a year already since that terrible YouTube Rewind came out? That's crazy. I don't believe it.
Since Will Smith requested Marcus Brownlee at Fortnite.
I am in a time warp, a time paradox.
Hyperbolic.
Do you guys have any YouTubes?
Yep. All the stuff we have. We have a YouTube channel for the show and the band in the description below. If you're on mobile, if you think you got a shift, maybe in the description to the left.
There's a little I button, I believe.
Yes,
an I
but
with a circle.
All the links are in our info section, and you can check us out on... Wait, what was that? Not really interested in those. Do you?
Amnesia episode 1 has to be in the list. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Maria, okay,
so put him on the map.
Yeah, I can agree, even though I never saw it.
Just out of principle, I mean, he's it was a second ago, the most subscribed to.
Mark S. Brown.
Yeah, that's right.
Yo, that's hot.
That's
hot.
So yeah, just YouTube was dude, that was crazy. I remember before I found YouTube, I was just
sad.
I couldn't walk.
I couldn't keep food down.
Couldn't get out of bed.
Because I remember I just wanted to see music videos of like my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Because that was such a cool thing. I would watch the VH1 Top 20 Video Countdown every week.
Me too.
And I'd wait for Wake Me Up When September Ends to come on. Yeah. You know what's weird? My favorite band is the Killers now, but I would wait for 2 Killers videos to go by. I'm just like, oh my god, come on.
You know, the first Killers music video I saw was...
Brightside or somebody told me.
No. Neither of those.
All the things I've done.
Is it Dancer? Is that the... What's
Human?
That?
Oh,
Human.
Are We Human?
I picked the wrong word in the title. Yeah. Yes.
Me too, actually.
That's the one where they're out in the desert.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where are those amps plugged into?
Yeah. That's the thing. I thought about. I want to do a video where we're just in like a parking lot that's really well lit. I just like how that looks. I thought to myself, should we just own the fact that there are no plugs anywhere and just like
yes.
Or should we? Because whenever I do like a photo shoot and I have my guitar, I like to have a cable plugged in, but just have the cable go off at a frame.
I agree with that.
Like it just.
If the cable isn't plugged in, you can't suspend your disbelief as easily.
Yeah.
What is that? Is a U2's like is that like a figurine or something?
R/ out of the loop.
Oh yeah, that's where dude. I don't know. I've been feeling old lately, like that, where I'm like, I'm not hip enough. You know, like playing this video game that came out for stream and stuff because we're like involved with like talking to Roebuck. Yeah. It helped me feel relevant again as like a cool younger person because I've started to be like, I don't play video games enough to like, you know, be in on, I don't know, it's just been weird.
Just being on the culture.
And I'm like, I don't think Fortnite's cool. Like, I feel like an old crotchety man about some things already.
What were you gonna say? I was gonna say, I remember the first thing that made me feel like that was someone said it was like cold out and they're like, yo, it's brick outside. I'm like, what did you just say?
Oof.
Brick.
What?
And you didn't co-sign on it either. You're like, brick is not cool
I was
to say.
Like, whoa, what did you, like, I didn't know what that meant. And they're like, just means it's cold. I was like,
yeah, but what's like the de-evolution of the...
Dude, look.
Because it has to start like, it's so cold
that... Cold like a brick of ice.
Yeah, it's just brick outside.
Are you just hypothesizing?
I'm from the area where it started.
Oh, no. What area? New York?
New York area is where it started first.
Damn.
Same thing with dead ass.
Yeah.
There was what was like? I remember the first like slang term I heard that was like what?
Yeah, that was like weird.
It was something that like,
Beast. I remember.
No, I was all in on Beast.
I was not in on Beast.
I was like, full in.
Beast is not cool.
I leaned in to Beast. All the way. Shit, what was? Because I remember I heard it. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Oh, hella.
That's not funny.
That's not even that new.
It's not cool.
You know, but like I heard that, I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
it's hella brick outside.
No,
dude, too deep.
That's
you use it in a sentence.
Deep. Yeah,
that's really Beast.
No, no, I cannot. But yeah,
he just looked you in the eyes and you're like,
mad tired.
Someone's typing on my account.
Hey, wait, that's you,
Lizzie.
Like, I'm mad tired.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
you know what's a weird thing I realized I say is man dude. Like, oh man dude. And you just say it, but it's a really weird sentence.
Well, it's like saying, oh shit, dude.
Yeah, but you say,
saying,
man dude.
Yeah, like, oh man is the exclamation.
And then dude.
Dude is the
But if you just say like man dude,
what dude,
this is kind of funny.
Look, it's man dude.
Everything I say is a run-on sentence.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
someone
I say yeah, no when I start a sentence really often, and it's I hate it. Like I know I do it.
Like lit. That's a good one. Lit was weird.
Yeah,
I liked lit though. I leaned into lit. At first I was like, that's stupid, but then I was like, that's pretty lit.
That was the one where it was the quickest. It was the quickest chain of me saying it ironically, and I was like, I love saying it.
I was like, now this is it. Yeah. It's for real.
That was the quickest return.
Oh, it's happening.
Dabbing was like that for me for a little bit. Pat and I were talking about dude.
What?
There we go. Oh man, dude versus oh man, dude. That's how I feel when I say
That's
it.
facts.
Exactly.
Can we just try to fit in all of the bad slang into every sentence from this one on?
Oh Jesus. I'm trying, but there are a couple more that like I heard my sister say. My sister's only 4 years younger.
It's probably better off dead if you can't remember it already.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
Don't dig it up.
Yeah. Sometimes dead is better.
I had to get used to saying word because that's so versatile.
That's not new though.
I know, but I feel like it's
when
become,
did you grow up?
It's
like 80s hip hop era.
It's resurfaced though. I feel like it's become more.
It has, yeah.
Popular, you know.
A word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That word. I actually say that a lot. Yeah. I used to at least. Or Palabra. I used to throw Palabra around.
Thank you, Happy Crafter 15.6.
Is that are you a Minecraft player?
Yeah, I haven't used that as much.
That's an ad meme.
I don't get it.
So, yeah, back to... so, for those just joining us, you caught us in our YouTube tangent. Revenge has to be in the list. Is that a YouTube video or a slang term?
I hope that's not a slang term.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I'm way out of the loop then.
So say sweet.
Yeah, like sweet and cool. Cool is the fucking goat.
It's the penultimate.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, that will never
not.
I mean, I'm sure
it
will.
Cool.
I'm sure it will.
No, dude. No. We won't let it.
Yeah.
We will not let it.
Don't let cool die.
Don't let cool die, bro.
Very cool.
Yeah. That's an ad meme too.
It's a Donald Trump meme. Very cool. Thanks, Kanye. It's kind of like that, bro. It's very cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Did John Tron make a joke about that?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that JonTron who started that? I don't remember.
JonTron?
It all runs
Donald
together.
Trump?
All the culture starts.
JonTron president right now?
JonTron.
Hey, that's
just
me.
comes out.
Whoa, dude! How did you get in there?
How to never let cool die. Yeah, we need more supporters.
Yeah, I can't see it, dude.
Can you not?
I kind of have to squint a little bit for some of it.
That's just in Chandler can't see.
I haven't been able to see this whole
Chandler
stream. My pupils are just white.
Yeah. That was like Lizzie sent me a picture of you today with a
That's
filter,
photoshopped.
And
it put eyes in my eyelids.
Yeah.
It's I was like Johnny Depp from Dead Man's Chest.
Oh yeah,
where
that was
does
in the preview.
that.
I remember that. Where he had like all of them down his face, right? Or no, like down his cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cringe.
Yeah. But Pat and I were just talking about how Pat is annoyed with your 3 or 4 bits that you do a lot.
I do. I have like 3 bits I just swap
his
out.
Least favorite is when you're like, and I know this one where you're like, this sucks. Like
he says it. Yeah, he said it the other day. He was like, dude, you just have the same joke. You just say it differently, and you don't care if it lands.
Yeah, my favorite one is the dab cringe.
Dab cringe is.
But that's cringe, bro. He said that at dinner like a couple weeks ago.
Oh no.
Well, it's because I think dabbing is cringe. I do. Yeah. I don't think I said this the other day. I don't think there's anything that I don't do ironically anymore. Like there was a point in my life where I was just like, and nothing after this is gonna be serious that I say.
Yeah.
And that's just how I live every day now.
I know what you mean.
Like, I don't think I know what I mean.
For like a day, I said dope unironically, but I love the word now.
Yeah.
I've just it's almost become part of personality.
You gotta be careful how you use that.
Yeah, use that as an adjective.
Right, as adjectives only.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
no nouns.
Get those noun uses out of here.
Shit out of here.
Wait, about that. That's against
announcement.
The law.
We just got a boy in Discord. Yeah,
shout out to the boy.
Thanks for joining Discord, whoever did.
Yeah, nice.
Welcome.
Slouch check.
Posture check.
That's what got us through that stream. I'm not gonna lie. Slouch check.
What?
Keeps your spine intact. Yeah.
Intact. Josh forgot and he's dead now.
He's gone. Yeah, we lost him.
Yeah. Okay, so back to what you
have more questions.
I do. I have a lot more. We're only like halfway through my questions. What time we got? 9:30. We got time. We're good. So
nowhere to be.
Of all the projects you've worked on and all of the shoots you've done and interviews you've done, what are some of your favorite moments? It can be something that was planned or something that went wrong that you end up looking back on fondly or something. Just anything. What are your favorite?
I don't look fondly on them. Things.
My favorite thing about Airspace Live is when the mouse quit on me for 10 minutes. That was very cool. It was awesome.
Yeah, like there was so there was a day that we went out filming with Daniel Roebuck, for example. He's just fun to work with. He's a really fun dude to work with. And he's very professional, but he's also hilarious all the time. So it's just really easy to work with him. But we were out filming with him like all day. And we were going to all kinds of different locations, like all over the Lehigh Valley, like beautiful places. And like, it was just, I just love production so much. Yeah. So if I just get to be able to film and like be just around that atmosphere, it's just like that's just the coolest place for me to be. You know,
just making something.
Yes, and it's just in the air, and it's just so fun and just coming up with stuff on the fly and like go up in this huge we walked up this huge staircase to like get a down overhead shot of just coming up with stuff in the environment and I love framing and cinematography and everything so that was
getting your creativity flowing
and and honestly I had a moment I was filming a performance voir voir Matt Mulchaney's band. I had a moment. I was filming his set at 11 Fest at the Bethlehem Public Library. They had an event there, and like there was just a moment. Like his whole set was just. They had an amazing performance there. I really liked their music. And, just the way that I was filming it and how they were performing, like, I just got this, it was just this overwhelming feeling I got, being able to see things like I'm the only one who can see this performance this way through the camera in such a unique perspective and stuff like that. And I just love, like, the nature of the art form for that reason, that you can experience things differently that way, and you can experience things to like this different lens, no pun intended.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. If for work, I had to take pictures of Thanksgiving food yesterday.
Very
and
cool.
I felt like I found like an angle. I was like, dude, this is fucking.
Yes.
This is lit. Like this is.
That.
It was like corn.
Yeah.
And I got a good angle. I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Dude.
Like just doing anything like that.
When me and Josh get together and we're like framing something up and doing cinematography, like we were doing it for the set. We were doing lighting and stuff for the set for the most recent podcast video that went up, and like we sit behind the viewfinder and we'll look at a shot and we'll look at it and we'll go, dude, and we'll just like walk away. We're like, no, dude, that looks so good, and it's just like it's so hype.
I was gonna say the set this time was very vaporwave.
Yes,
I liked it.
It was something that we'd wanted to do for a while, and we finally like pulled it off.
It reminded me of you pointed out Max Mofo's podcast.
Cold Ones. Yeah. That was an inspiration for because we both watched that a lot, and Josh and I wanted to do that for a while.
I love that aesthetic in general.
Same.
It's just so like
the high contrast lighting and stuff is just really cool.
Yeah, it's really appealing. Just like nice to look at.
Yeah, and it's chill. It's like a really chill vibe. Yeah.
It makes you want to hang out there.
Exactly.
Yeah. My desktop background right now is some like purple, green, yellow, and it's like these neon things, and it's just like fades kind of.
We probably have very similar wallpaper tastes. Chandler Vaporwave Davis. That's true. That's very true.
5 new Discord members.
Don't wear it out.
Wow. Yo, word. Well, that's great though, because today we had Carrot, who was the creator of the Discord. So shout out to Carrot. Thank you very much for making our Discord. He picked the band's set list today for our show that we just played. And so now that we have more people in, every time we play a show, I think it'd be fun to have the people in the Discord pick the set list. And so we'll, for sure, like, I'll go and post the songs that we are going to play, but then everyone can either like agree on it, or people can post their own, and I'll just randomly pick one or something like that, and I'll credit who picked the set list.
You could definitely put like a poll for covers in there.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I did that in the chat the description in Twitch a while ago, but now that we have more people in Discord, I think it'll be better. Yeah, so just stuff like that. I want to get interactive with you guys and have you guys feel like part of the show.
It's like a Twitch plays Airspace Live.
Oh my god! Yeah. Just type notes and I'll play just like any letter between A and G, and I'll play it. Yeah, that would go very well.
Yeah. Left. Chris is walking in the amps. Still playing.
Yeah. So, shit, what was my question? I just had it locked and loaded.
It's all good.
I'm sure you tell people you run a production company, and I'm sure there's a lot.
Way less than you think.
I'm sure when you do, when you do, there's a lot that people don't know about that comes with that title or that role. So, what is something that you wish was a little more prominent in the image of working in production, much less running a production company? Like, what's something you wish people knew you did more?
Well, I think there's like a lot of. I mean, what's the first thing you think of when you hear production company? Because I would imagine it's the same for most people.
A camera crew.
Right. And it's like we do a lot more that isn't just that. Like we do consulting, we do like social media, we do a lot of stuff that isn't being on set and like filming something. It just was a title that made sense. For most of what we did, but as we got into other things, it was like I don't know what you could call it now, but
Well, I think it's a good title. Just as like a broad umbrella.
Because we produce, like, that's the way I justify it, is like we produce things. Yeah. It can be whatever that thing, content. A very general sense. Yeah, exactly.
And almost like media consulting.
Yeah. But I hate I hate when titles get so vague that it almost becomes like you don't do anything. You know what I mean? Like you don't even know what you do anymore. Like,
my job title is literally at work right now. It's a generalist. What does that even mean? I couldn't tell
exactly. Oh, that's amazing.
But yeah,
that's a really good title.
Yeah. Dude, that's because you have the show, you have the podcast, and then you also have Lab 212. That's kind of just the father company.
Yes.
Of the podcast.
You know? The podcast started.
It happened in reverse. Right?
Yeah.
But I think if you say you come up with another show, or if you have if you stream more, you know what I mean. You have the Twitch channel, and then you just keep adding stuff, you know, and then you become a conglomerate of entertainment.
That's media, that's the interest. That's the I think doing client work and stuff like that, I would be hard pressed to find anyone who like woke up one day and was like, as an artist, I really want to spend all my time like helping businesses like make ads and stuff. You know, like there's a certain point where like the client work, like it's just kind of a means to pay the bills or like, you know, make connections to allow us to do even cooler stuff for other stuff we want to do and like the more creative stuff that we want to get into. And like keep funding the show and being able to afford new equipment and new opportunities and stuff, you know. So I'm always going to like, and I think we always want to be making more content, and so anytime we can move closer to that is amazing. But it's just it's a lot of stuff.
I was gonna say, do you find it hard to focus on, like, because I feel this way with this show. Like, there's so many smaller things I want to do.
Yes.
But focusing on the main thing.
Yeah.
Is like, it takes up so much energy and time, you know.
Well,
like there are little skits that like Brady, our bass player, he's a skit machine and he's a bit machine. Like,
we have someone like that in house as well.
Is it?
It may be someone present.
Patrick Lilly?
Yes. Always coming up with ideas that I'm like, I don't know if we have time. But it's like, which sucks.
It's just, you gotta focus on the main show. And then I keep thinking like, okay, we'll get into like a...
We'll get to it.
We'll get into like a rhythm where we can do the show, and then eventually we'll just be able to do that. And I don't want to say autopilot, but we'll be comfortable enough putting the show together, and then we can focus on other things. But it's just, there's so many moving parts. I'm sure you felt this. It's tough to get into a rhythm where you can autopilot certain things. Like today, like I was so particular with everything with the show. I made sure the lights were in the right place, made sure the cameras were right, I made sure the description was good. There's always like one thing I forget, and today I was like, I didn't forget anything. And then in break, our mouse just decided to stop working for and that just cost us 3 minutes in between.
That's how
it
goes.
It's just, there's always something. So, and I've come to learn to accept that, which is relieve a lot of stress.
Especially with all the moving parts you have with something like this, a production like this, and it's live, and it's like it's just it's so much to go wrong at any time. So, and the fact that you juggle it so well all the time is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Chandler, want any gum? I do want some gum. That'd be great. Just chewing loudly.
If you want to get closer,
it's Fireball flavor.
Oh, dude.
Oh God, is it actually Fireball flavor? Wait, that's what Big Red tastes like.
This is pretty sensitive.
Not a good idea.
This is for the chat. This is coming for the chat.
No, but it's hard for. I'm sure you understand. Like, I don't think everybody's like this. Like, but I'm really ADHD when it comes to things I want to do. I have so many things I want to do, not all the time to do it, and that's tough to manage. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you want to be able to say yes to do every single thing, but you can't.
Yeah, and just finding the time for yourself, but also the people that you need to help you. Luckily, Adam has been great we've been able to stream like 2 to 3 times a week with games. But I have to make sure, and every time we do an acoustic stream, I have to make sure Vince is free to bring the equipment that we need, and we have to just set time aside.
A team is important. A good team that cares a lot too. Exactly. You know, is really important.
It's very rare, and I'm very grateful for the team we have on the show. And it's like, and your team is very committed.
Yes,
so
they're amazing.
It's great. So what?
There's some good. I heard a few good quotes about too, because you guys were talking about like the ADHD thing, like not being able to focus on a bunch of stuff. I told you about this before too. Like, it might have been like Amy Poehler or someone random. I was watching, and they read this book, and she was like, she couldn't figure out, because she was like, do I want to act? Do I want to do stand up? Do I want to do like Saturday Night Live? What do I want to do? And like this book she read, she's like, it said basically, pick like 2 things, or like 2 or 3 things, and just like be good at those 2 or 3 things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the thing like don't half-ass.
Don't half-ass 2 things, whole-ass one thing. Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
I think it's a Ron. Speaking of Ron, I think it's a Ron Swanson.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like I read that. Another thing, Tom Brady. I'm a Patriots fan. I don't care. He said every time you say yes to something, you have to consider like what you're saying no to.
Yeah.
And that actually is something
that's the tug of war.
Yeah, because
cost.
I would just say yes, like you were saying.
Yeah,
I was such a yes guy. Yeah. And then like I heard that, and I actually like tried to incorporate every time someone asked me. I'm like, all right, what am I not gonna do if I do this?
Yeah.
And that totally helped me.
Your time is like your biggest resource. You'll realize is like that's the thing that's really limited at all times, and so. Being mindful of that and being able to say no as much as it sucks, even when you want to do something like that, but you can't, that's a skill. It's like a skill that you have
for sure.
And I deal with that all the time, and I'll realize like, I only have so much time to do something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to do both, and then I spend so much time thinking, then I run out of time to do one of them.
Like, for real.
I just freeze up. And it's so frustrating. I've been trying to make a point to stop doing that and just pick usually I'll like search deep in like my gut of which one I really want to do more, and that usually pays off, Every once in a while it'll be like, shit, I should have done the other thing.
Yeah.
But then you learn from it, and now I know more that if
sometimes
those 2
you just
things
gotta make the call.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just gotta live with whatever.
Exactly, yeah,
for sure.
But it is a skill, I think, that you have to, or it's a muscle you have to work out,
For sure. Because I did.
Just being able to make a decision in a situation of having a lot of choice,
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Well, I would hate to ruin all of this.
Tried to make like the fresh pat pyramid and just,
dude, he had that cocked. Dude, man, did you have that cocked and loaded? And
he had to.
You're waiting for the one.
I like witnessed that happen.
Oh, man.
You get an F in the chat.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, there we go.
It's been a lot of pyramid breaks, to be honest.
Holy shit, he's dead.
Oh my god. So what would you say, I guess off the back of that, what would you say is the most rewarding part of what you do? I guess you kind of said just creating.
Yeah, like being able to see something come to fruition that like we worked on from start to finish, and it's good, and I really like it, and it's just selfishly, like it almost doesn't even matter how people receive it. Like I rarely care about that. It's just like, but you know what? I love it.
You have to, because I've thought about that. I've heard people talk about this with like songwriting. If you write a song that you think people want to hear, it's not going to be honest, and people can smell that.
Exactly.
For
sure.
Yeah. And so you got to do what you want to do, and if it's good enough, there are going to be people that like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many goddamn people in this country, on this planet, that are going to be into it. You just got to get it out there so they can see it. So if it's good, if you put hard work into it, and I mean, like hard work. I mean, if you give a shit about it, and you aren't delusional, that's kind of a
you have to have
that's,
your
you just gotta
expectations
hope if you're not delusional.
Yeah, keep your expectations.
It's kind of scary. Like it was amazing to go from like starting the podcast. I think a really rewarding thing every time it happens. This is gonna sound weird. The fact that if like I don't have to at all be there when my team goes and films a podcast with somebody.
No, I get that. I would be
like, because when we first started, like I taught a lot of like them how to do like the certain things in production, and then got to the point where it's so autonomous to where I don't even have to be there for it to happen and be really good. You know what I mean? And now
it's
I can
a well-oiled machine.
Exactly. Like it's an amazing feeling every time it happens.
Passive content creation.
Yes.
There you go.
Because something I've wanted for a really long time, and I never had a team that cared enough, that loved it enough, loved it as much as I did to do that.
That's one. Yeah.
And so the fact that like every time it happens and they do that and they pull that off, I'm always like, it's amazing, because like I know that's the team. You know, like these are the people.
That must be.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure if I mean, I like to be, I try to be on stream whenever, but I'm sure if I needed, Pat and Adam could hold it down on a gaming stream one night, that'd be, I'm sure that could be dope, but...
Pat will take any excuse to play video games on stream.
But, so, I mean, we got a couple minutes left. Yeah, thanks for being here, dude.
Thank you for having me out.
This is the first time since we sat down and worked out what we want the show to be. This is the first time we've been able to have both core things be the full, or like we've had to been able to execute them to their fullest extent.
Yeah,
like it was the first couple shows. Adam and I were just on. We weren't able to have a guest at the time, and that was still a lot of fun. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah,
but now that we can finally have a guest on is great, and we have a couple more lined up.
Well, it's just like what you're talking about getting to a point where you get it down, and then you can add another thing, and you can do the next thing.
Yeah, like the ground floor is the band and me and Adam talking, we're playing games or something.
And what is, can I just ask, like, what is the relation? Like, I know obviously you guys are like very good friends, but I mean,
we met.
Is it like middle school, like we've been
like senior year of high school? More I didn't really talk to him till
like we knew each other
year of college.
Yeah, senior year we
kind of weird.
Had a mutual friend, and we had a class together too. We had a piano class together.
Yeah, we shredded. We shredded.
That's also when we met my good friend Harrison. Isn't that so weird that you, me, Jim, and Harrison were in a weird class, and it took us years to become like...
Yeah, like there's all these people that I know. Well, I knew Jim pretty well at that point, but I didn't know you. Didn't know Harrison. There's this guy who's so funny, Will Marshall. He was a theater guy, and he played like the Phantom in the Phantom of the Opera. Every time he'd walk in, we'd go Phantom, and he'd just go. But like he was being funny about it. That was such a super memorable class.
Yeah,
but unforgettable.
Yeah, so we were in that class, but we didn't really we would only interact through Jim.
I had a class with Lizzie for like I knew her for a year before I became friends with her.
Yeah, that's
like I just saw her around and like never.
You know what's I kind of Quez is here. Hey buddy,
what up, Quez?
Good to see you, dude.
Hi, Quez.
I would talk to him and he'd be like, "I'm sad."
Yeah. Like, I don't know how to talk to girls. I'm sad. And I'd flip my hair.
I have kind of like a step below that. A former drummer of the band, a couple steps below, I guess. His girlfriend was roommates with my now girlfriend the whole time he was in the band. And he was in the band for like a year.
Whoa.
And I met my girlfriend through a dating website. And so then I found...
What? So...
Yeah, so it was like so backwards and not... It was like so inefficient.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So my girlfriend was roommates with my I have a sister. Wait, what? Dude, are you...
Is that how you spell that?
What? Consider bring...
Quest, I have a sister. That's dope.
I have a sister.
Oh man, Pat, don't you have a sister?
Pat does have two sisters. Not to call Pat out. Lucky Quaz, all my sisters are boys.
All right, we got that. There we go. That.
Yeah, we though sophomore year. What happened was Jim, because you guys were in a band together at that point, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Jim, I lived with Jim. He would come up and hang out, and then I think where we really started to hang out was I mentioned to you, because you mentioned you collect like old video, like Nintendo games.
Yep.
I was like, dude,
that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
I think I was like, I've been like considering doing that because I found like some random YouTube channel where this guy was collecting retro games. And then we just like talked about
Was it Lithium?
It was Lithium.
And we said that. I was like, get the fuck out of it. Because he only had like
that's when you know your friends.
He only had a couple thousand
really
subscribers at the time. And I'm like, how the fuck does this
That's
guy know about this other really
I was like, yeah, I was watching this thing. I like thought about getting into it, and I had some like games that I was like playing through again. And then it was really weird.
And then I whipped out Melee.
Oh yeah,
Then I got hooked on that.
Nice.
So. But yeah,
it's weird.
We hung out there and then
went down.
Here we are. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
How did you meet Pat?
How did I meet Pat? Yeah. That's funny that you said that.
Let's keep talking about all these relationships that the chat doesn't know about.
Pat and I had it was my second semester at El Tracy's main campus, and I didn't know anybody. I still hadn't made any friends. I was there like the semester before that. Still didn't make any friends. And I had a video game design class that Pat was in. And I remember when Pat walked in, he used to wear like this really cringy like Luigi hat.
Got him.
I remember when Pat walked in and like he sat down, I was like, he looks like somehow the coolest one in this class. I guess, like, cause he had really long hair. Like, I was like, he probably is like pretty, rock. He probably likes rock music. I thought that was what I thought. So at one point this is cringe, but at one point, I saw him in the cafeteria and I didn't want to eat alone again because I did that a lot. And I just watched videos on my phone and ate it by myself. So I went over to his table And I said, "Is this seat taken?" It was an empty table that he was sitting at. I said, "Is this seat taken?" Obviously, it was not. And he, I'm sure you know, Pat, he was not any more confident and less awkward either by that point than I was. So he was like, "No, you can sit here, I guess." Like, just very like off-put by the whole thing.
It's funny you say that because that's how I met.
Really? I hope no one else.
Well, I went. I straight up. I was my friend. I was dude. You're joking, but I'm serious. Like, I wouldn't have met you if I hadn't sat at the table, because then I wouldn't have met an ex that introduced me to Jim.
Isn't that stuff weird?
Like, and I met Alex, my best, like my one of my best friends. Like, so it's like.
Yeah, it's such crazy.
It was because it was the first. I was a senior at Parkland, and Lizzie, Parkland alum. Hey,
let's go.
It's a terrible place.
It's not that great.
It sucks, dude.
You guys had
that
like
school's cringe.
10 times as many people in your graduating
it was
class
crazy.
than I did.
But I loved it.
With 5 of them and you don't talk to anybody.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Here we are. Here's one of the five.
Yeah,
for real.
But yeah, it was my first day, and I was gonna go and like sit by myself, and I was like, nah.
I should.
So I went.
Yeah.
I went up to this kid that I saw from the orientation. Like, he was a guide at orientation. I was like, hey dude, do you mind if I sit with you? It was Jared Blockus.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy.
Just say his full name on stream.
Yeah.
Doxed.
He lives at.
Our good friend Jared, and he sat me down with my now best friend.
It's like an intervention.
Yeah, it was like,
Chris, you need more friends. Yeah. I'm gonna introduce you.
Dude, I mean, that would have been accurate.
Did you have a friend like that was like the connect, and that was like how you met all your other friends?
I guess
because they were like your
friends.
Jared
through that one action of letting me sit with him.
That's pretty rad.
You know,
it's weird.
That's a good guy to have.
Yeah, he's such a sweet guy. He still is. It's not like he.
Shout out to Jared.
Yeah, really, shout out to Jared. Yeah, he introduced me to people that I'm still friends with, and then they introduced like all my friends. It's like a pyramid scheme of friends.
It is.
Of course, yeah.
It was an Amway of friendship.
Yeah, so now they buy my protein shake.
Yeah.
And then they recruit people to make more money. And they work from home, you know, and you make what you want.
Yeah.
You know?
You're your own boss,
yeah,
too.
exactly.
So that's the cool part.
And so
reverse funnel, thank you.
Isn't it funny how, by the way,
I
don't know who needs to hear this. It's a pyramid scheme. Okay? It's not multi-level marketing.
If you're asking yourself, is this a pyramid scheme? It is a pyramid scheme.
And you know what's funny? I was just talking to Adam about this. A girl we know that we went to high school with she's not anymore, but she was in a pyramid scheme. And whenever I see the people in pyramid scheme, they always take a picture in like a cheerleader pyramid.
Yeah.
As if like the people getting them to recruit them just like want to rub it in. And they're always like in a pyramid.
Hey, what if we make them like go in a pyramid right now?
They're like, dude, no. Dude,
He's like, come on.
Dude, you wild right now. Come on. Come on. And then they do it. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe they did it.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
Introvert gang, woo, yeah.
Kara, you're our friend, dude. Come on. Come on, bro. Also, did anyone win the shirt?
Pat allegedly
did?
I did.
Word. Are you a medium or large?
Medium.
Word. We have one medium left. Good answer.
Then they pose in a reverse pyramid.
Yeah, oh my God. There's one girl on the bottom like, yeah. 49%. Wait, what? Stars.
50.
Is this an investing
Yeah.
stream now?
Have you guys...
Investment tips on Airspace Live.
Okay, you know what?
You're calling it?
No, I'm not. Vince, do you have to head out?
Yeah, I can leave the board.
Yeah, it's cool. We'll just... Yeah. You guys head out at 10.
They're going to shut the lights off on
Yeah, I
this.
was going to say...
Vince shuts the lights off on it.
Also, do you guys want to go to Chris's like this?
Wherever you want to go. Lizzie was going to try to persuade everyone to go to a different place, but because she's like a...
They have
So good.
Actually,
Well,
it's pretty cool.
Vincent,
cool.
love you, buddy.
See you, Vince.
Maybe I'll see my boss again.
Yeah, like he's all at large Woodrow's.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you get the name Lab 212?
Oh,
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I was actually really curious about that. Because it's a good name. It sounds very like...
Thank you.
It has like substance to it.
We thought the same thing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we went through a lot. Coming up with names for anything is terrible.
Dude,
I'm sure you've all been there.
I was just talking about this.
Awful process, and everyone pitches names, and you're like, "That's stupid."
Because
obviously.
the second you hear it, it's always going to be bad.
You're like, no.
Especially if it already has a name and you're trying to change it.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Oh, we went through
Airspace
that too.
Airspace had a name before Airspace.
Yes, it
I was trying to come up with stuff, And even when I said Airspace, I was like, oh. And I was like, no, that's the one.
You have to
make an executive decision.
The more you say it, the more like now I can't imagine if we were called anything else.
Yeah,
which I think that's interesting. Mm-hmm. But it was the room that we all. Well, it was the room that I met the like co-founder of the podcast.
Storm.
Yes, Storm Hutchinson. Shout out to him. It was the room I met him, and then it was later the room where we did a lot of like work together. It was a computer lab like commons area in the college,
yeah.
And so we all met there. Lizzie used to work in it. She was the lab aide. So she was the lab aide before the company started when the podcast was still a thing.
Gotcha.
So we would be hanging out there. We made like the first thumbnail in that room for the podcast and stuff,
cool.
and like. And she was the lab aide over in the corner. Little did I know she would later like end up being recruited by the reverse pyramid scheme that is Lab 212. But yeah, no, I thought the name is pretty tight.
No, it's really good. It's a good story for it too.
Yeah, it's pretty typical though. I feel like I feel like we just got through there was like this threshold where right before like we decided on our name and then maybe a year passed and now it's like really played out to name things after whatever room you came up with stuff in.
Because the first thing I think
because now when you see it you're like okay, you know, it's like everyone's doing that.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like a good thing.
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because everyone loves the whole fucking A113 thing.
Like 368. Like, do you know like Casey Neistat with 368 or whatever?
No, I don't know.
Oh, dude,
I know him, but I don't
it's
know
like it's everything. It's like when in doubt, name it after the place you're standing right now, and just name it that.
Yeah, it's their band. Wow.
Should I dox us? Right?
Should I dox us?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it after stream.
But yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like
the name sucks though. Let's be honest.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think. You know what it makes
you
me think of for some reason? You remember like Space Ghost?
Coast to Coast?
I don't know why it makes
I'll
me think
take
of
it. That's a great show.
It just like makes me think of like a lab. I didn't think of like an actual like school.
Well, what
lab.
is it?
Yeah.
What is the thing?
Well, the logo is a
beaker.
Beaker. Yeah,
You know, it's a really
See?
fun.
That's why.
It's a fun fact is when we were coming up with the logo for the company, I said the first thing I said when I was telling the graphic designers like guidelines of like what I was thinking, I was like, I don't want it to be a beaker or like a test tube or like obvious iconography of like, oh, it's a science lab. And then it ends up it was just such a tight design. I was like, no, that's it.
It has like the AV cables in it.
Because it encompassed at the time, like I thought it really well encompassed like we do audio stuff, we do visual stuff, we do video. You know, it's like it just really encompassed everything in a great way. At the time. Yeah, thank you. Shout out to Sam Keenan who made the logo. She's amazing.
And
his name's still cringe though. I don't even know who came up with the name, to be honest. I don't know if it was me or Storm. Was it me?
You told me about it, so it could have been Storm.
I'll take credit for it now. Since I don't remember, I guess I'll just take I have a really bad memory with that stuff. It's only been 2 years.
I was gonna say, like,
I'm just
we've only known each other
fried.
for like a year and a half.
Really? Oh,
no, you and me,
I was like, that doesn't add up to the story I just heard.
Yeah, we made it up.
Yeah, I know, but it feels like
longer.
Forever.
Yeah.
Because it's been such a sick new chapter.
Yeah, you know
in
what?
the story.
Exactly.
You know.
You know what too?
What?
Chandler is the first person I talked to about the concept for the show.
That's true.
And I still have the Facebook Messenger
really
chat just to see because I always want to remember the date. Just to, you know. And in case anyone tries to like sue me, I'm like, I have the fucking idea right here.
Do you know where I will sue you?
Timestamps.
Do you know where I was? Because I remember where I was when we had. Because you called me.
Well, I called you about something.
You
cool
texted me about it, and then you called me about the thing. You were like, "Can I call you later about it?" And we'll talk about it. Mm-hmm. I was sitting in a Chick-fil-A parking lot in Orlando, and I had like just gotten off of work, and I was scarfing Chick-fil-A, and and Lizzie was also in the car, and I just remember sitting there and being like, that's pretty tight. Mm-hmm. You know, I was like, I was really into it. But I was like, exciting. I'm all the way in Orlando. I can't really help with that right now. Yeah, it's like, it sounds great. But...
Let's get you in here on one of those iPad segways.
Oh, my God.
I think that was in like October.
It was.
Because it was right before the Halloween show that we put on.
Yes, the Halloween show.
Or no, it was like the day after. Or a couple, like the week after. Because I remember the big thing that I told you about first, or the cool thing that happened where I messaged someone of importance to me and they responded.
Oh, yeah.
I won't get into that, but
very cool.
But yeah, it was like that same convo. I told you a couple days later that happened. But yeah, so Chandler's the first person I ran this idea by.
Yeah, and I loved it then, and to get to see it now, like, happening, and also happening so well, like, the way you guys have executed it so well.
Thank you.
Like, I would not be able to pull something like this off with all these moving parts. Like, it's tough.
I couldn't do it without Vince.
Yeah, it's a great team, obviously.
Vince is like, without his enthusiasm and his willingness to help out.
Yes. You need the guy. You need the guy.
And invest, and just both his time, and we've both put money into this now. So it's like,
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it's just I feel like it's such a. I don't believe in luck, but it's like such a. What are the odds that I find like all the people can? I've had such a hard time finding two people for a 3-piece band.
And now all of a sudden,
all the stuff on top of it. Yeah,
that's true.
No, you really, man.
So I'm very grateful for everyone that's a part of the show.
Yeah,
the fact that we're able to even do it, because we I don't know, you were down here before we. Were you ever here?
I was here for one of the first shows.
Yeah, but it looked nothing. Okay, but it used to look nothing like.
Oh yeah, this already looks. I mean, you got a bigger TV. Yeah, there's a lot of TVs, bigger TVs. Yeah. Things are going well. As
right
Pat
there
said.
Just for just to be.
What is this for? Just to be morale.
But, so yeah, it's just we've come a long way.
Yeah, dude.
And that's the thing. Like, I feel like we only have room to improve.
Oh yeah, it's only up from there. Like, you're not going to get worse.
I hope so.
You're not going to wake up one day and be like, I can do this all worse now. Like, I don't know.
Very cool.
What happened.
Some days I do that.
Very cool.
But all right. So I mean, I'm getting hungry.
There's a lot of pyramid schemes going on in the
what's
chat. What's going on with that?
In the chat? I thought you meant just in real life.
Just in real life?
Because
a lot of pyramid schemes. What's going on with that, real life?
Yeah.
We need a patch. We need a nerf for pyramid schemes.
Real life explain.
We need a patch.
Yeah, please.
When are we going to get 2.0?
Please nerf pyramid schemes.
This is ridiculous.
So, yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up there.
Chris, it's been awesome. It's been really weird to be on the other end of it.
Thank you for being here, man.
Thank you for having me out, man.
Well, now it's only 2-1.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you were on there twice?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have you back.
Yeah.
So tune in tomorrow.
I'd love to.
For part 2 of the interview. Yeah, so we'll wrap it up there. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thank you to Adam for being here.
I'm here.
Thanks,
Thank you, Pat and Lizzie, for being here. Thanks to Mark and Brady and Vince and Anthony and Julie who are here in the audience tonight. Pat, I'll get you your shirt, buddy. You earned it.
Wow.
Dude, giveaways?
Very cool.
I mean, I am going to start... We did have requests for merch, which is what I've been waiting for to actually start going with merch. But,
yeah.
So I'm going
to look into getting a Redbubble.
Speaking of giveaways,
page. What?
If you do giveaways, it's illegal to do giveaways to subscribers only. It has to be an open giveaway.
What do you mean?
Like, if you were to do, I'm giving a giveaway to one of my subscribers, it's technically, because subscribers are paid, so it's like a paid thing where you're giving, it's something with that, it's literally, you can't do it. Because I've followed a few streams where they're like, I'm giving away a copy of this game to any follower, you have to do it in here, and someone was talking about it. I've heard it on like multiple streams now. They're like, yeah, I can't do subscriber only because it's against either like the terms of service or like literally the law. I think it's the law. It's something with like, you can't like buy something and then I forget what it is. It's so strange though. Yeah. I'm gonna look it up though.
I guess it's just
by that metric. I guess
it's just
EA should not be able to do anything they do.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean
loot box.
I wouldn't even need any standard for that. They just need to stop doing what they're doing.
They just need to stop.
I don't need any requirement for what the fuck they're doing. They took out 2K.
Did they?
2K, NFL 2K.
NFL 2K.
Because now they monopolize football video games.
Oh, right. That's
yeah. Apparently 2K5 is like the best football game of all time.
That's not what they're called, bro. You mean Madden?
No, NFL 2K5.
Yeah,
they changed it?
There's like NBA 2K whatever.
Yes.
There used to be that for football, but now there's not.
Oh, you mean,
because
yes.
So,
back in the day.
Yeah, I got confused.
So that is what they're called.
Okay, Chris, it's your show.
The illegal
You're
giveaway.
right.
Illegal giveaway. Guys, tune in tomorrow for an illegal giveaway.
Can you hit the low for a sec?
There you go. Did it on my show. You're welcome.
Pretty cringe.
So,
get that for the cringe comp.
Yeah. Shout outs to
Airspace Lab.
Cringe comp.
Shout outs to the Minecon.
That's when you know you've made it.
Shout outs to the Minecon 2013 cringe comp.
No.
The cringe comp of cringe comps.
Please no.
Jesus.
How much dedicated wham?
No.
Yeah, server. Shout out to Super Kai 64.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Wow,
I'm
that
hungry.
just blew my hair back. Yeah, same. Adam, thank you also for giving me the time of day. I really appreciate the opportunity to come out and talk to you guys on such a cool show.
Yeah, and we'd love to have you on because Pat's joined us on the gaming stream.
I was gonna say.
I thought that's what you were gonna say. Yeah, because Pat's like. That's what it seemed like you were gonna say.
I was gonna say because Pat's joined us on the video game streams, so you should also join us on the video game stream. Let me hold on, stop. Here we go. Stop. Pat has also joined us on the video game streams, so you should join us on the video game streams as well. That would be fun.
I agree.
Thank you.
See, that was way too big.
Dude, it was so
God
funny
damn it.
I agree.
I'm sorry, Pat. I love you.
We should have you on the game because we had Pat on and.
Yeah, it did not go.
Christ.
Yikes. You know what I'm saying? Pat needs to be on more streams. He actually needs
does,
to.
Man.
It's a way different policy with Pat's screen time than at Lab 212. I'll tell you that much.
Pat's been on.
Pat's like out of here.
Pat's like the Dwight of Related Podcast. Dwight has been in every episode of The Office.
Really?
Pat has been in every.
Who hasn't been in that main cast though? There's like quite a few.
I mean, besides Michael,
yes.
There were a couple episodes without Jim.
Really?
Because he was filming Leatherheads.
That's
why he had to get a haircut. What?
Huh?
Not anymore. Not in all of them.
Oh, is there anyone that's been in all of them?
No, I'm the closest one.
What do you mean been in all? You mean in all the stream chats?
Do you know?
Oh yeah,
You know.
that recently just became a thing that you missed one. Yeah.
Do you know what character? There's only one character has been in every episode of SpongeBob.
The bluefish guy.
Who is he?
Who?
Squidward?
The one that's like, my legs.
Oh no. Fred or Frank or something.
My leg.
Who-
Yeah, that
wait,
guy.
what were you
I
gonna
don't remember. I want to say it's.
I mean, it might be different. This is like as of
it's something
like 2015
really obscure.
or something. No, it's not obscure.
SpongeBob. Patrick.
It's Squidward.
It is Squidward.
It's
He said
yeah.
Squidward. You didn't say anything.
Well, I was gonna say I wanted to review the answers so I could say that's correct. But,
There was my one curse word.
I just thought about it. I calculated it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Calculating.
the episodes.
Oh,
What
now-
was the episode that he's the only one in it though?
Or where SpongeBob's not in it or something?
Yeah, like,
I don't
how
know.
the
I just
fuck-
know that that's a thing.
When does that happen?
Did you watch them all?
Did you?
I watched every episode up until like season 5.
I used to have like the early seasons all on DVD. And I watched those,
Nice.
and I watched the behind the scenes of those a lot
Dude,
too.
that's
Yeah,
so
Steven Hillenburg, rest in peace, man. He was a visionary.
Now just fucking shitting on his grave. for
Fucking
making that
visionary.
spin-off.
I agree.
What?
They're making a spin-off on Netflix, and Steven Hillenburg specifically said he never wanted to spin off of SpongeBob. Now that he's
He
never
did.
really
He
done.
actually did
Yeah.
specifically say that. Yeah.
When
Very
I specifically
fervently.
asked you not to.
You cheated on me when I specifically asked you not to.
I've been in almost all the stream chats.
Yeah, Carrot.
Yeah, Carrot.
Dude,
that's how
that's
he
an
earned that.
MVP
That's
right
how he
there,
earned that
like-
VIP badge.
Honest, yeah, I had to Google what that was. By
What if
the
you
way.
hover over it?
No, I couldn't. I had my finger hover over my finger, just like. Yeah, because I'm not I said, I'm not cool, so
Carrot.
I don't know.
Yeah, Carrot's the Squidward of Airspace.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
Oh man.
that's actually insulting.
Yeah, so. All right. You know what's weird too? Johnny Carson hasn't even been in every episode of Johnny Carson because he had to leave sometimes.
I mean, there's Jimmy Fallon.
Chappelle Show wasn't on every episode of Chappelle Show.
Or Ellen, yeah. Who guest hosted for Ellen? Wasn't it?
Anyone.
There's a lot of people, wasn't it?
Oh, wasn't it? It was what's her name from Modern Family? It was the mom.
Sophia Vergara.
No, she was also the blonde mom from
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
shit. It's like fuck. What's her name? She was also the girl in Happy Gilmore. Fun fact.
What?
Yeah, it's the same. That's the same woman. Yeah,
Bro.
Julie Bowen. That's her name. Julie Bowen.
That just
She
me up.
yeah, she was the same girl in Happy Gilmore.
When was the last good? What was the last good Adam Sandler movie though?
I would say Reign Over Me. No one really knows that movie, but it's really good. But like last funny one,
Click.
Sure.
Click's fucking
I
awesome.
agree with Click. What came out first? Is it 50 First Dates
Or what?
or Click?
50 First Dates.
Really?
50 First Dates came out in 2003 or 2005.
I think Click. I got choked up at the end of Click.
No, I cried.
Really?
I straight up cried.
All right,
yeah.
I cried. I'll be honest.
dude,
I was playing it.
We
down.
talked about this. We've said we both cried in Click before.
It's a fair cry. It's a sad movie.
dude.
Yeah.
But there are 2 scenes.
Well, my mortality scares me the most out of anything.
Yeah.
So
but you know what?
That's one of those movies.
That mixed with the relationship with my father. Dude, forget it. You know what I mean? Because like, I love my dad.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, and so like there are two scenes where his dad is gone. It's like the last time he sees him. You know?
Yes.
And then he's a dad to his son. You know? He's dying. Just
that's crazy.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Just.
But is that an Adam? Did he didn't write that? It's too good for him to have written that.
I don't know, man. He's really talented when he like tries.
Tries?
Yeah. Because there's a movie, like I was saying, there's a movie called Reign Over Me.
Yeah.
And it's really sad, but it's really beautiful and great. They use Shadow of the Colossus as an archetypal.
50 First Dates or Lord of the Rings.
Which Sean is better?
Orange juice or chocolate milk? Oh, which do you
combine them? Yeah, combine them. Drink
dude, TOS.
That's TOS. That's the Yikers for me.
But yes, I mean this popped in my head. But my dad was friends with a guy in high school who, when he was thirsty, he would drink milk.
I drink milk.
When you're thirsty?
Not when I'm well.
But like when he was like sweaty and like, dude, I gotta cool down. I'm fucking parched. Just crank.
You know what my grandfather does?
Crank some dairy.
He eats Italian hoagies with milk. And man, I don't like that.
Excuse me?
Man, I don't like that.
That seems against the rules.
No.
Oh, God.
Did you see that picture on the internet that's going around where it's I forget what it is, but it's something about it's a bunch of hot dogs cut up and they're like on the glass. They're like, and it's called hot dog milk. He's like, don't talk to me if you ain't drinking hot dog milk today. And just a bunch of hot dogs floating in milk.
There was one of those where this guy, the picture was a guy with a lighter up to his toe. And that was like the shot. And he's like, you already know what the fuck's going on. Or you're like, you already know what's going on. And someone's like, no, the fuck we don't.
There's a lot of this. No. It's like, I forget, there's somebody like, you ain't from here if you ain't seen this. And
it was like, it was like cheese on a Pop-Tart.
Yeah. Pop-Tarts will like retweet that and be like, delete this.
Yeah. Delete this, please. Delete your account.
Anytime you have to explain a meme out loud, it always sounds fucking stupid.
It does.
It never is funny.
All right. I'm really hungry. So I'm going to pause. Okay, ready? Wait. And fade. All right. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Chris.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chandler Davis from Lab 212 and the Poorly Edited Podcast.
Thank you very much.
And Lizzie. Yeah, Lizzie has to come.
Yes. On Airspace.
Yes.
On Airspace. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Awesome.
So, thank you so much for watching. I love GOAT, dude. I love you. Thanks for the 5 gifted subs. You
rolled in early with the subs. Yeah,
being super cool, making us extend our sub goal. Carrot, thank you for being here, buddy. We'll be back. Today's Thursday. Might be back on Saturday. What?
Fade out.
Hold on. Oh, you got it locked and loaded?
Yeah.
Did Vince show you or something?
No, but I was watching you do it.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, 1 second. That's perfect. So thank you to everyone that watched, and thank you to Manic Missive Manifest, I think.
Oh, yeah, for raiding?
Yeah, for raiding with 10 people. That's a
fat
raid.
That's a
fat raid.
And thank you to everyone else who followed from that raid. Thanks to everyone for being here. It was a great show. I had a lot of fun, and thanks to Chandler, my good buddy, for being our first guest of Airspace Live, and here's to many more. We will see you in a couple weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody. Bye.